Welcome to Nutritious Yogi on the Mat. So one concern I used to get from yoga students all the time was that they could not stop their racing mind. And so it was difficult for them to stay in a posture for longer than like a second. They would either want to shrivel up into a ball or literally just run out of the class because they could not stand standing still or sitting still or whatever the pose at the time requires. Does this sound like you? So my solution to this is that anytime you have something going on in the mind, we always want to start with the body. So for these folks, I would start to experiment with a little bit more fluidity throughout the class so that they would eventually find a place of stillness when their bodies were ready. Today I'm going to show you a quick example of this. In this open flow, the body is moving like a long dance. So the focus is a bit more direct, and oftentimes a meditative state then is much more achievable. And I always suggest that you move your body in a way that feels good to you. So if any pose that comes up doesn't feel right in your body, simply back out and know this is a very short sequence coming up and it's designed that way for a reason. You might actually find that you keep on returning to flows like this simply because it's so particularly effective for things like stress and anxiety. Okay, so here we go with a little yoga jumping jacks, coming to the center of your mat, spreading the legs apart as the hands come out and then contracting. And then continuing moving the body the whole entire time. Notice there's never a time that the body is not moving. Jumping back and forth, opening and closing like scissors, using the inhale to come up and the exhale to contract. Moving to the next part of the sequence here, draw the right knee into the chest. And on an exhale, sweep the leg back into a mini warrior 3. Moving the entire time, continue this movement. Fine to hold on to a table or a chair for balance here. Don't worry about how high up the leg goes. Breathe. Taking just a few more. And then pausing into Tadasana when you're ready. Setting up now for Warrior 1 on the right side. So sinking into that right knee, ankles intersecting, finding some expansion and contraction here. So on an inhale, we sweep the arms up, sinking into the right knee a little bit more. And then on the exhale, pull the fists in, contract the body. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, contracting back. Moving again the entire time. Pausing here in a runner stretch, go ahead and take the knee, the shin, and the foot of the left side all the way down. Coming into a little half split and preparing for side 2. Just rolling up and coming back to standing. This time, the left knee comes in, and on the exhale, taking it back to that mini warrior 3. And now, as smoothly as you can, sweep up into warrior 1. Expanding and contracting here. Creating lots of space from side to side, up and down, all using the breath. Coming into that little runner stretch here, and a half split, standing up tall, and coming back to the center of your mat. Sliding now into a warrior 2 pose. We're going to go back and forth between a side angle pose and a reverse warrior, a mini reverse warrior here. Really expanding the side body.
keeping that fluidity, and then coming into an Utkatasana chair pose. Little downhill skier action here, sweeping the arms up and back, sinking down into the heels, and rising into the balls of the feet to create more momentum. And then open up, taking up lots of space across your mat. Moving right into side two, bending the left knee deeply, side angle pose. Reaching back to that mini reverse warrior, meaning you don't have to come back too far. And revisiting Utkatasana, sinking a little bit deeper into the heels this time. Creating some momentum through the feet is fine. Sweeping the arms up and back. And once again, revisiting the center of your mat. Now taking the feet pretty wide, we're just going to sway from the right to the left ankle. Okay to bend the knees slightly here. Let the head get really heavy. And just taking that elephant trunk stretch from right to left. And now we're going to start to get a little bit deeper, focusing here on the heels of the feet, lifting the toes up off the ground, pausing here with the right leg extended, and then switching sides. And then finally coming all the way onto the ground. Hugging the knees into the chest. Relaxing the head down. And spaghetti stretch, taking the knees into the chest, making a ball, and then opening up to extend. A little bit of Pilates here. Because why not? Maybe give the knees a kiss as you bring them in and extend, rolling like a ball a few times. And coming to a seated position, crossing the legs and fold over.
So I hope that sequence was stimulating and invigorating for you, and I hope that since you got some circulation going and so much movement, you were able to quiet the mind, even if it was just for a moment. And as always, if you're getting something out of these yoga and nutrition snacks, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you back here soon.